So, when you look at Christian and mainstream black metal, okay, when you listen to the actual music, yes, it sounds the same. So, one of the biggest things is I feel like the reason why people have invented this unblack metal and white metal terms is because it's the group of Christians saying, this is for us, not for you. Okay? You know, you secular folks, this isn't your music. This is our music. And that's where I feel it's wrong. Like, you know, and it's also you're enabling these secular folks to dictate that black metal is a genre that's dictated by lyrical content, which it is not. So that's why, you know, I hate to you know, beat the head of the dead horse, you know, but I'm just saying, like, no, like, this is, you know, what black metal is to me is freedom. It is the creative freedom to create an extreme musical genre without limitations. Okay, there's black metal bands that sing about all kinds of stuff. You have bands that sing about various political ideologies, and some of them are a little, you know, a little crazy. So stay away from those. But anywho, there's other bands out there that sing about Satan, sing about anti-Christianity, and all this other stuff, which is kind of silly because some of these, you know, Scandinavian bands, they complain about how, oh, well, we're doing anti-Christian music because the Christians forced our people to convert. And it's like, well, aren't you singing about the exact same thing? You're talking about forcing Christians to either no longer believe or to kill them. So y'all are hypocrites. And that's why, you know, when I look at your lyrics as an adult, it's just cheesy and stupid. Maybe as a teenager, I was like, oh, it's so dark and scary. Woo! Now as an adult, I'm like, man, y'all are cheesy. So, but anyway, there's some great bands out there. And like I said, you know, black metal doesn't have limitations. There's bands that sing about history. There's bands that sing about all kinds of stuff, you know, mythology, etc. And so there's definitely room for black metal to have bands that have Christian faith and put it in there and express themselves through that outlet of the genre of black metal. So think about Immortal. Immortal has a song called Antarctica, and it's about snow and ice and how cold it is. Like, it's a great song. So, like I said, there's no limitations for black metal, and that includes Christians that perform the genre. So, and a lot of the bands, they have this ministry to be that light and darkness, and so they're doing great things. And people, mainstream folks, secular folks that wouldn't give Christians that play black metal the light of day, they listen to the music and you're like, you know what? You know, I may not believe in what they believe, but this is some killer music. So that's at least planting that seed. So there's a lot of exciting things going on in the genre. And like I said, I hate to bring up the pet peeve, and if you disagree with me, hey, let me know why. And you know, shed some light on it, and but you know, hey, I'm here to listen. I'm not here to judge. So feel free to give your opinion with that. So, but in closing, just some bands I want to give a shout out to because they've been influential for me, and been, you know, great tools of ministry that I've used. But of course, Living Sacrifice, they're the band that really opened my eyes to extreme music. In general, just extreme music in general. So them, Mortification, Crimson Thorn, Sacrificium is a great band. Pantocrator, I probably am pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. Those guys are great. There's Shadows of Paragon, and then some of the more, you know, the black metal bands like Antester, of course, Crimson Moonlight. Schleckvach is, you know, who exposed me to the genre. There is Drotnar's doing it, Frost Ardor, and then you have some of the guys doing Dodsmarsh now, and they're awesome, so check them out. And so, and who else? There's a lot of great bands all across the globe making great black metal music and death metal music and just underground metal that have really made an impact on me. And another band in particular, Sympathy. So that band is one of the few and rare, at least back in the day when I started listening to the different bands in underground death metal and technical death metal. They're one of the few, I think, that are really doing some really good, technical death metal, and that's something I'd really like to see more of. There's, and it's interesting because in the mainstream, a lot of these bands, they're not like anti-Christian or like really gory lyrics. A lot of them have great lyrics, and they sing about science and stuff like H.P. Lovecraft and all these other, and the sky's the limit with them. They sing about all kinds of interesting stuff. But there's some great bands out there. Archspire, Obscura, Necrophagist really brought that second wave of tech death. Arsis, Psychroptic, and of course you have your classic bands like Gore Guts, Suffocation, Pestilence, and Death, of course. That kind of really looked at the musicianship aspect of it. So I know there's a few bands out there that are doing some great things, Revolst, etc., and a few others, but I definitely want to see more Christian technical death metal bands. It would be great to see God's gift of musicianship being utilized to create such an incredible genre and a fun genre filled with great musicianship and really fascinating songs and writing. So it would be great to see more of that. So, but anywho, that just about covers it up. So appreciate y'all listening, and until next time, God bless.